Have you ever noticed that life has a strange way of revealing who your real friends are? Not when life is easy, not when things are going great, not when everyone is laughing, celebrating, and showing up because everything feels exciting, but when life gets hard, when stress hits, when heartbreak comes, when anxiety seems to creep in here and here, when you're discouraged, when life knocks the wind out of you, because hardship has a way of exposing something important. Who stays? And if we're being honest here, most of us know that we know what it feels like to be disappointed by people. That's probably the best way to put it. Someone we trusted maybe disappears, or someone we thought would be there just wasn't. Now, this has happened to me. A friendship changed. Maybe support faded, and suddenly we just found ourselves asking, who is really in my corner? Today, guys, I want to talk about a powerful verse that speaks directly into this struggle. It comes from Proverbs 17, verse 17. It says, "A friend loves at all times, and a brother is born for adversity." That verse is powerful, don't you think? Notice what it says. A friend loves at all times. Not only when life is fun, not only when things are easy, and not only when you're winning, at all times. That means real friendship is tested in difficult seasons. And anybody can celebrate with you when life is going well, and anybody can cheer when success comes. And I guess you could say anybody can stand close when life feels easy, but adversity steals character, don't you think? Because hardship has a way of separating convenience from commitment. A real friend checks on you when nobody else does. A real friend notices when something feels off. A real friend encourages you when your strength is low. A real friend stays when life becomes, this word I hate, uncomfortable. And if we're honest, real friendship feels harder to find these days. We live in a world full of followers, likes, and surface level conversations, right? People are more connected online than ever before. And yet, loneliness is everywhere. You can be surrounded by people and still feel completely alone. That's crazy. You can have hundreds of contacts in your phone and still wonder, who could you call if your life completely fell apart? Maybe someone listening today knows exactly what that feels like. Maybe life has disappointed you. Maybe people have disappointed you. I think we've all been there. And maybe someone walked away during one of your hardest seasons. And if that happened, it hurts. But hear me clearly today, my friend. Just because some people failed you does not mean you are forgotten. Grasp that, please. Sometimes difficult seasons reveal who truly belongs in our lives, and sometimes hardship removes shallow relationships so healthier, and I guess you could say deeper relationships grow. But there's something else we don't talk about enough when it comes to friendship. Real friendship is not only about comfort, it's about, here's a word, affirmation, support, truth. Healthy friendships do those three powerful things. They affirm us, they support us, and they tell us the truth. Sometimes we all need affirmation. Sometimes we need someone to remind us, you're stronger than you think. You're going to get through this. I believe in you. You matter. Encouragement matters because life gets heavy, and sometimes people are carrying battles nobody else can even see. But friendship cannot stop with encouragement alone. We also need support. Someone who shows up, someone who listens, someone who stays, someone who's willing to, help you walk through the adversity instead of disappearing when things become difficult. But here's the hard part. We also need truth. Because real friendship is not just someone telling us what we want to hear. Sometimes the people who love us the most, they just are the ones who are brave enough to lovingly tell us what we need to hear. And maybe the best way to explain this is with a mirror. Think about this for a moment. You and I cannot fully see ourselves without a mirror. We all have blind spots. We all have weaknesses that we miss. Fears, I guess you could say, that we tend to ignore, or maybe some habits that we overlook. Even strengths we underestimate. That's why healthy friendships matter so much. God places people in our lives who become like a removable mirror. Not a mirror that tears us down. Please understand that. Not a mirror filled with judgment or shame. We don't want that criticism. But a mirror that helps us see ourselves clearly. Sometimes that mirror says you're capable of more than you believe. Sometimes it says, all right, you're settling, you're drifting. Hello, Mark, you're hurting. You need healing. You need accountability. Sometimes it reminds us, you matter. You're loved. You're growing. You are not defeated. Real friends, my friend, reflect both grace and truth. And maybe Proverbs 17:17 challenged us to ask, do the people around me help me grow? But let's be honest for a moment. Sometimes we say we want honest friendships until someone actually tells us the truth. Have you ever noticed that? We love affirmation. We love support. We love encouragement, right? But truth hurts. Especially when someone lovingly points out something we don't want to see. Our pride gets uncomfortable. Our emotions rise. And sometimes people walk away from good friendships because the truth felt uncomfortable. But listen to what it says here in Proverbs 27:6. Faithful are the wounds of a friend, but deceitful are the kisses of an enemy. That verse hits hard to me. What about you? Did you catch it? Faithful are the wounds of a friend. Sometimes the people who truly love us say hard things. Not to hurt us, but to help us. A faithful friend, they might say something like, you're allowing fear to control you. You're settling. How about this one? You're headed in the wrong direction. How about this one? For relationships, you deserve better. You need healing. And in the moment, it may feel uncomfortable, but discomfort is not rejection. Did you get that? Sometimes discomfort is growth. Because real friends don't just protect your feelings. Real friends protect your future. Now, there's a difference between criticism and truth spoken in love. Don't you think? Real friendship is not harsh judgment. It is grace wrapped in honesty. Love mixed with truth. Encouragement balanced with accountability. And here's the hard question. Ask yourself this. Have you ever walked away from good people simply because they showed us something about ourselves that we didn't want to face? Because maturity happens when we stop running from truth and we start growing through it. Sometimes the mirror is uncomfortable, but sometimes the mirror saves us. Hey guys, before we continue, can I just say this real quick to the people who help make this ministry possible? At Paul Height Ministries, our mission is simple. Encouraging people, strengthening faith, offering prayer support, and just sharing hope with people walking through difficult seasons of their life. And if these messages that we send your way encourage you, strengthen you in your faith, or maybe remind you that you're not alone, would you consider partnering with us? Because of your generous supporters, we are able to continue creating faith-based encouragement, biblical teaching, prayer, support, and this growing community of hope. Paul Height Ministries is a registered 501c3 nonprofit ministry, and if you'd like to support the mission, you can find the link below. Every gift really, truly helps us, and it makes a difference. All right, let's keep going here. Maybe before we end today, there's one more question worth asking. What kind of friend am I becoming? Because friendship is not just about finding people who support us. Friendship is also about becoming someone who contributes, someone who encourages, someone who listens, someone who tells the truth with love, Someone who stays when life gets hard. Because healthy friendships are not built on one person always giving while the other person only takes. Ooh, that's a tough one. Friendship is not just for takers, friendship is for contributors. It's encouragement shared, support exchanged, truth spoken with, I love this word, grace. Presence offered during hard seasons. So maybe today, instead of asking, who's there for me? Ask yourself, who can I be there for? Whose burden can you help carry? Whose loneliness can you help lighten? Whose friendship can you deepen? Maybe there's someone you haven't checked on in a while. Maybe someone quietly struggling needs encouragement. Think about it. Maybe there's a friendship worth investing in again. Because meaningful friendships do not happen accidentally. They grow through trust, honesty, grace, truth, and how about this word? Time. Oh wait, you got to work too, right? There's effort. So today think about the people in your life, the ones who stayed, the ones who checked on you, the ones who they encouraged you when life got heavy, the ones who challenged you when you were drifting, the ones who loved you enough to tell you the truth, and when it wasn't even easy to hear. Because real friendship is not perfect. Real friendship is messy sometimes. It stretches us. It challenges us. It supports us. It affirms us. And yes, my friends, sometimes lovingly corrects us. But this is why friendships are worth it. Because life gets hard, storms come, lonely seasons happen, and having people beside you who genuinely care can change everything. I truly believe that. People who remind you who you are when you forget. People who help you hold up that mirror with both grace and truth. People who help you grow instead of staying stuck. Those friendships, oh man, they are a gift. And if you're in a lonely season right now, please don't give up. Faithful people still exist. They're there. Healthy friendships still exist. Healthy conversations still exist. And sometimes the next meaningful friendship begins with simply opening, I guess you could say, your heart again. If today's message encouraged you, we would love to invite you to join the Hit the Mark Life and Faith community. It's a place for prayer, encouragement, biblical wisdom, support, truth, and real conversations with people walking through life together. We need your help. You don't have to do it alone, right? You weren't created to do life alone. Just stay encouraged, stay connected, and let's keep hitting the mark, my friend, together.